Due to Kenshi being a massive world of plunder, war, and famine, it's no surprise that there are going to be a lot of factions which are deemed poor and defenceless. The rebel farmers are no exception. These are farmers that have been driven out of their homes and lands due to the nobles of the United Cities taking what they want and giving nothing in return. A lot of the farmers suffered and died, but most of them joined up in arms and said, you know what, we're going to fight back. But the rebel farmers are quite complicated because even though they do seem like some Robin Hood types, a lot of the peasants don't like them. Let's have a look at their lore, backstory, and what the rebel farmers are about. Let's get started. The Rebel Farmers is a very complex faction when you think about it in their eyes of the United Cities. They have been pushed out of their homes and have had to take up banditry to avoid starvation. As you will notice about a lot of their bars, they are all starving. Now, you would think that the Empire peasants, seeing these guys take up arms against the nobles and their petty ways, they must think they love them. But no. They're quite jaded about how they feel about them because they don't put a difference between who they raid. They will attack the bandits, they will attack the nobles, yes, but they will also attack the poor, seeing them just as common bandits. The rebel farmers, though, they like to think of themselves as sort of heroes, but in the eyes of others, they are just pretty much bandits. Let's have a look at their troops, though. First of all, we have the Outlaw Farmer. This is the lowest level of the Outlaw Farmers. This is their base military type. Most of them only have no armour, and they carry a staff or a small crossbow. This shows how small they are really when you think about it, because these are just people who have took up in a militia. They have hardly any armour. They're literally the only armour they have is their head, their hat as well, and I don't even think that gives any armour. They have a staff and that's it. Coming up from that is the Outlaw Swordsman. Now this is where they start to get a bit more ferocious in their military endeavours. These are the guys that are probably going to mug you and beat you up. They come equipped with a heart protector and a sabre. These are kind of the bulk of their factions because even though they are poor, they are bandits, so they are going to have some protection. They offer better stats than the Outlaw Farmer and also are a lot more deadlier considering that they don't have a staff anymore, so they are going to start doing some bleed damage, and a sabre is quite hard to get by early in the game. The next one, and the one that is a lot more rarer, is the Outlaw Heavy. Now, this is the only type of heavy infantry for the Outlaw Farmers, as they have put down their heart protector and picked up some mercenary play. They also come equipped with some hold sabres, making them very deadly on the battlefield, so if you do see one and you're not prepared, they will fuck you up. The last one, and the rarest of all of them, is the Outlaw Swordsman Captain. Now, a lot of these guys have bounties on them of around 3,000, so it makes it nice if you are bounty hunting, but these look weird. They have a basket helmet, they come equipped with some different armour sometimes, but mainly going to find them with a sabre and some sort of armour as well, because these guys are rare. Coming up to the leader of the faction is Boss Simeon. Now, Boss Simeon has a bounty of 20,000 cats on him, making him a lucrative price, and when you start talking to him, he even says that, oh yeah, you're after my bounty, aren't you? But here's the fun thing about the rebel farmers. If you are malnourished, if you are at war with the United Cities, or if there is, I think if you're at war with a trade league as well, may not be, but if you are down on your luck, they will let you join them, and you will become allied with them, and having them as an ally will make you an enemy of the United Cities. But it's pretty much saying, which side do you want? It's like when you talk to the Flotsam Ninjas about the Holy Nation. You can either be on the side of the rebels or be on the side of the big empire. The location of the Fort Simeon where you will find Boss Simeon is right at the top of the map between the Hive Village and the Tower of Goats. There is a weird bug with some of the buildings in this place where you can freely steal stuff and they will not catch you. But coming here to fight them is going to be very tricky as he has a lot of high tier troops around him, including his Outlaw Heavies and his Outlaw Heavy Swordsman Captains. And Boss Simeon is no joke either. But talking about some of the things that the rebel farmers can offer you. So with some of the world states, if you beat the nobles by killing them or imprison them, the rebel farmers will start spawning a lot more around where the town you've took. So if you take over Heng, for example, by killing Emperor Tengu, a lot more outlaws are going to start appearing, and the Outlaw Swordsman, not to be confused with the Outlaw Swordsman we've already spoke about, that faction will then start spawning in, which is just a bit of a better faction of these guys, considering they now own a town. They will take over certain towns just like the anti-slavers when you kill a noble there. Funnily enough, if you do ally with them, you will be able to get reinforcements sent to your base. So if the United Cities ever try and attack you for fighting them, the rebels will send a detachment of their own forces to come help you, which makes them a nice ally if you don't like the United Cities. So if you don't like the United Cities, what they stand for, slavery, exploiting the poor, maybe the rebel farmers are just for you. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment what you want to see next, or if you have any questions about Kenshi itself. Thank you, and remember to have a good one.